It is always a good idea to accept our experiences with a grain of salt and hold on to the knowledge we gained as we move on in life, despite how devastating they are. It is undeniable that leaving a bad marriage is not always simple. It is difficult to comprehend that the person you once loved is now the source of your sorrow and agony. Despite the suffering, this experience is giving you the best lessons about life and love. You will gain maturity, strength, and important understandings into why the relationship didn't work as a result of this difficult period in your life. Before rushing into a new relationship, it is wise to reflect on the past, figure out why your relationship ended, and begin to heal from the experience. Some crucial marriage lessons can be learnt from a failed marriage as you heal and review this learning process. An essential component of a happy marriage is effective communication. If you and your partner discuss your problems and worries freely, you can prevent misunderstandings and resentment. Marriage typically fails when spouses keep their emotions to themselves and take no action to communicate. It can be uncomfortable and embarrassing to bring up a subject that has been bothering you, but keeping quiet won't make the issue go away. Instead, it will escalate and ultimately become a cause of conflict between you. A communication breakdown is frequently the first sign of a failed marriage and is where it all begins. Both of you may be open without concern for criticism when you encourage significant and in-depth interactions. Maintain respect for one another, be considerate of one another's feelings, and attempt to find a solution even when you are at odds. Associated reading: what's more important, a relationship's physical or emotional health? One of the most frequent causes of failed marriages is the failure to make certain concessions and modifications. The majority of failed marriages have taught us one of the most important marital lessons. Relationships take work from both spouses. However, they shouldn't always be challenging. Relationships can be difficult and aren't always filled with rainbows and butterflies. There are obstacles that will put your dedication and love to the test. When partners are prepared to work things out, make concessions, and go above and beyond to address marital challenges, marriages succeed. Even if you are already wed, you and your partner still need to put in extra effort to maintain the chemistry and spark. Your marriage can benefit from some patience, understanding, and compromise. Make personal sacrifices so that your partner feels cherished and loved. However, since marriages are meant to be enjoyed, striving to make your relationship work shouldn't be a constant struggle. Conflicts, disagreements, and misunderstandings can be extremely difficult to resolve. We frequently see divorce as the best option when we are in an unhappily married and unfulfilling relationship. The greatest marriage lesson is that love may be reignited. When a marriage fails, a couple may only require a few sessions of marriage counseling or therapy to work out their problems. Go ahead and do it if you both want to make every effort to resolve your issues and keep your marriage vows intact. To mend your marriage, move in this direction. You can find solutions to your issues and learn how to reignite your love, trust, and intimacy with the aid of a relationship therapist. There is no perfect marriage, just like there is no perfect relationship. Marriage can be a lonely struggle. If you enter into a marriage with the expectation that everything will be ideal, you may have a difficult time acknowledging your marriage mistake. There is no such thing as a flawless marriage, a perfect partnership, or a faultless spouse. You can still have a happy and fulfilling marriage in spite of these flaws, though. Acceptance and commitment are crucial. You can have a happy and fulfilling marriage after you embrace your partner's and your own shortcomings and imperfections. Never be frightened to think about leaving if you try to accept and work things out but are still dissatisfied. This is particularly valid if you are involved in an unpleasant and abusive relationship. Walking on the beach while wearing sunglasses, a wedding couple. Your time is the greatest present you can give your spouse. Couples might sometimes become so preoccupied with their jobs, raising their children, and other marital duties that they neglect to make time for one another. This might be one of the reasons marriages don't last. Making your partner feel needed, valued, and cherished requires time. Avoid wasting too much time on your phone or on social media because doing so could ruin your relationships. One main reason is when a partner ignores a spouse because they are on their phone. It is strongly recommended to spend time together doing something enjoyable, interesting, or soothing while your marriage is in trouble. You can reconnect physically and emotionally as a result and get back on the correct path. Another lesson from a lost marriage is the importance of everything, even the little things. Any unresolved issues, no matter how minor, may play a huge role in your inability to connect with your spouse in the long run. Before you eventually make a commitment to someone, be aware of your non-negotiables. Your marriage will eventually suffer if you are dissatisfied with it for trivial reasons that you can't let go of. Only when your marriage is in trouble will you realize there is a problem. Don't enter a relationship believing you can transform the other person. It is important to avoid being married to someone who irritates you if you are unwilling to compromise. With the help of this film, you can learn to value life's tiny pleasures. Although it is a cliché, it is true that you must first love yourself completely in order to love another person. Insecure relationships are frequently linked to unsuccessful marriages. Insecure partners always feel the urge to exert control over the partnership, which stifles the other partner. This drive for control is frequently a result of intense insecurity and low self-esteem. Instead of deriving your sense of security from your spouse, learn to be secure in yourself if you want a happy and long-lasting marriage. While seeking security from another person might be comforting, doing so puts your self-worth at danger and could lead to a broken marriage. Both partners should have pleasure in their own lives in order to avoid a failed marriage. Even after you become someone else's spouse or wife, never lose sight of who you are or lose yourself. Striking a balance between maintaining your identity and giving up all of your interests, passions, or hobbies is crucial. Continue to take care of your friendships and family ties and pursue your passions. Do not alter who you are to fit into the life of your partner. Please discuss this with your spouse and let them know how crucial it is for you to maintain your identity. An emotionally capable partner will value the fact that their spouse is still pursuing their passions while they are still married. Your marriage will also be happier if you are pleased as a person. Recognize the distinction between love and obsession. A new relationship's beginning is always magical and blissful. We could be overcome by our feelings and believe that we truly love someone. But when marriages fail, many people find themselves in a precarious situation where they begin to doubt their feelings. Some people wed for causes aside from love. Convenience marriages will eventually backfire. It's more likely that a marriage will fail if you don't feel in love when you get married. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel.